Aren't you a little short for a stormtrooper?
What's up, nerds? Welcome to another episode of the Multiverse Report. Tonight, we are recapping the week's nerdy news from Jabba's palace to Wakanda and everywhere in between. My name is Mike Gibson. With me, as always, is Steve Haller. What's up, Steve?
It's like an entire galaxy between the two. Maybe many galaxies.
And many years.
Yeah.
Because one takes place in a galaxy far, far away a long time ago.
Or
the other takes place in this galaxy now.
And if we're talking about filming locations, they're actually relatively close on a global scale.
That's very true.
So,
but we're not talking about filming locations. We're talking about mystical, magical, otherworldly realms of space and Afrofuturism.
There we go.
You know, sometimes I drop stuff like that. It makes me sound like a real smart guy.
Well, I agree.
And then you realize, oh, he's just talking about nerdy comic book bullshit. So
things can be two things, Mike.
It's true. I contain multitudes, people. Welcome to the Multiverse Report. Sponsors for this show and all shows, Funky Town Comics and Vinyl, who are currently experiencing a hardship where
some
the
technical
Camillus
difficulties.
location had there's a water main break.
Yeah.
And a pipe burst, and a lot of their inventory in their back room was destroyed. And if you've ever been lucky enough to peer into their back room, they got some real great stuff back there, or had some real great stuff back there. Who knows what survived and what didn't? But sending all of our thoughts and love to Funky Town crew as that store has to close to assess the damage, figure out what they can salvage, what they can't salvage. So if you're looking for comic books or records, we can only advise you to drive your booty on up to the Cicero location of Funky Town Comics and Vinyl, a place I still have not been to. So I now have the perfect opportunity.
Well, Mike,
to drive up to Cicero.
I did talk to Jesse today about that, and he mentioned that they are, for any of our listeners that are subscribers at Funky Town, they are going to move temporarily move the polls up there, just so that they have a place you can get your books. So if you are interested in getting your books for the next week or so, depending on how it goes, they'll be available up at the Cicero location. And I think knock on wood, there was a lot of stuff that got hit, but he's thinking that they're going to be in a decent spot coming out of it, and that it shouldn't have impacted too much of what was hanging around back there. So I'm just hoping that Clone Wars poster they have signed by the entire cast didn't get hit.
Yep.
And I think I'm waiting for my next points rollover to find a way to snag that thing.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they still have, but they used to have original animation cells from Batman the Animated Series. And
I know they've got
Batman,
at least one left.
Phantasm.
Yeah.
I should check in. I'm not sure how many points I have. I should check to see how much I got. See what I can walk away with.
It's one of those where I never look at it, and then when I do look at it, I'm like, huh, okay, cool.
Yeah, I never look at it either. But yeah, shout out to Funky Town. I know they said they're going to be closed probably for at least a week, but who knows how long it's going to be.
Keep an eye on their socials. They'll let you know when they're back up and running. And I think Jesse said he's going to be trying to give as many updates as he can, just to make sure that people are aware of what's going on and go from there. But the main burst right out in front of the barbershop, which, if anyone who's been there knows, is directly uphill from the back room of Funky Town. And I don't know if you know how physics works, but gravity usually affects these things.
Sure does. Boy, does it ever. We got some news to talk about tonight. Some nerdy news. We got some DC, some Marvel, some miscellaneous, some comics to talk about. And we're going to dive right in, I guess, right? Why bother preambling? I guess I'm holding over because you and I were having a pretty passionate, in-depth Star Wars discussion before we hit record, mentioning a few times this should all be on the podcast, but it's not.
Right.
I'm trying to think. I don't think there's any leftover hanging threads from that conversation. Otherwise, I'd bring them back up on the podcast, unfortunately. So,
Yep.
Who knows? Maybe that conversation, Steve, you said you recorded part of it, just not live. So maybe it'll show up on our Patreon someday.
It could. It could, folks.
It could. It could. There's actually a number of things that could show up on our Patreon someday that we will tell you about sometime in the future, but not right now.
Thanks for being cryptic, Mike.
Hey, you and I have been cryptic about this particular thing for quite a long time.
Yes.
And we're going to just continue to be cryptic about it until we know when we're going to talk about it. I don't know. We don't know, but it's happening and we're very excited about it. So, listener, viewer, just know that Steve and I are doing something that's fun. And at some point, you're going to think it's fun too.
I think so.
Right? Yeah. I know so. You know what else is fun? DC Comics. DC Comics is pretty fun. I think so. You've become a big DC guy in the comic realm, at least.
I think my pull is more DC than Marvel right now. So, yeah.
Yeah. Lucky me.
Yep.
I mean, lucky me? I don't know why that makes sense, but
you're converting
I'm
me.
just happy. I'm happy to have converted you. Exactly. So,
yeah. And our first story involves Mark Hamill in talks. Oh, wait, no. Sebastian Stan, who many have decided to fan cast as the next Luke Skywalker if they ever do recast him.
Right.
So,
which they should.
Yeah.
Which they should.
And I don't know if Sebastian Stan's the right guy. In all honesty, the guy who's doing the body double that I can't remember the name of.
Yeah, I know.
Like legitimately looks and is acting exactly like Mark Hamill.
Just have him. Have him do it. But yeah, Sebastian Stan, who you may know as James Buchanan Bucky Barnes, the Winter Soldier from the MCU, is following in his in the footsteps of his other MCU co-star Scarlett Johansson, and is moving to the other side of the aisle, at least for a short amount of time. We don't know how long he'll be there, but Sebastian Stan is in final talks to appear in Matt Reeves' The Batman Part 2. And you might know who he's playing based on conversations you've heard Steve and I have about the scuttlebutt regarding the roles that are being cast in The Batman Part 2. And I'm very excited to say that it's being heavily reported that he is playing Harvey Dent in The Batman Part 2.
Mm-hmm.
Sebastian Stan. I'm pretty pumped about this, Steve, I gotta say.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm always excited for him getting cast in anything, just based on what I've seen him in. So,
yeah,
like him playing Harvey. And the thing is, based on the prior reports, that Gilda, his wife, has a larger role in this film than him. I think that's come up a couple times on this podcast. In my brain, that says that he might be playing Harvey in this movie and not necessarily Two-Face in this movie.
Two-Face. Exactly. So, yes, it is true that we have heard several times that the Scarlett Johansson role is a bigger role than the Sebastian Stan role, than the Harvey Dent role. That could mean a number of different things. It could mean, like you said, that he's not even going to become Two-Face in this movie. It could mean that he does, but, you know, if it's like a political kind of marriage, maybe if he's running for district attorney, or he's running for like to be reelected as district attorney. So maybe Gilda is like this kind of like no nonsense, politics wife who's like defending him. Or hiding him. There's a whole part of the Long Halloween where after he gets scarred, he escapes the hospital. No one knows where he is. People are looking for him. Could be that he gets scarred as Two-Face, but she's covering it up, or she becomes the face of the campaign because he's, hiding away or something like that.
Right.
And it could be, I've heard this what we're saying now is all speculation. We're just having fun talking about this. But something that I got really excited about, maybe he doesn't become Two-Face. Maybe she becomes Two-Face.
Oh.
Maybe it's a gender swap thing, and we get a female Two-Face, which would be pretty fucking
ScarJo
cool.
as Two-Face.
I would love that. That
That
would
would
be
be
cool as hell.
nuts. Yeah.
That would be cool as hell.
Yeah.
All
right.
And they did describe the Scarlett Johansson role as a villainous role, and you could take that could be just like slight antagonist, or it could be that she's Two-Face.
Right.
Who knows? There's also a very interesting version of the Harvey Dent character in what were with Telltale? Remember Telltale games?
Yeah.
They would make like role playing.
Yeah, the RPG
games.
stuff.
Yeah, they made 2 Batman games that are pretty fun.
Nice.
And in one of them, Harvey gets scarred as Two-Face, but just continues to be district attorney. And
okay.
eventually, eventually it's found out like he's whatever, doing stuff under the table or behind closed doors or whatever, but he just wears like a prosthetic thing over half his face, and the city kind of embraces him as we love him, we elected him, he got horribly scarred, but we still believe in him, and so therefore we don't mind that he's hideously scarred under this thing that he wears on his face. I think that could be cool too.
Yeah.
If they do something like that, where it doesn't necessarily unlock his villainy that he's got scarred. I'll say any of the things that we just talked about or speculated about, I would be very excited to see. Because even though, you know what? Well, that's the other, before I make that point, the other reason that it could be a variation of the Two-Face character, or maybe it's a female version of the Two-Face character, is, I keep going back to that quote that Matt Reeves gave a few months ago where he said, the villain is something we've never really seen in a Batman movie before.
Right.
Now, he could be saying that because it's Scarlett Johansson as Two-Face instead of a male version of the character. Or he could be saying that because of the way they are portraying Two-Face. Like I just said, maybe he is scarred but stays a good guy, or mostly a good guy.
Right.
Or maybe it's just like a different version of the character presented in a different way. Like we've seen Two-Face in movies before. It was Tommy Lee Jones and Batman Forever, but that was like a crazy, like over-the-top cartoon version of Two-Face.
Come on,
and
there
in
was
the Dark
nothing
Knight,
over the top in cartoon about those movies.
Yeah, I know. You're right. And in the Dark Knight, he's great.
Yeah.
But it's like it's over like that. It's just the third act of the movie. He's
Right.
Two-Face and then he's gone. There's no like longevity even really thought about for that character. So there's definitely different routes you could take with this character, whether it's the other end of the spectrum, gender swap, it's his wife and it's not Harvey, to a more standard portrayal of the character. Or maybe he doesn't get scarred till the end of the movie and he's getting set up for part 3 and he'll be the main villain of part 3. Who knows?
Could be.
We don't know. Any of this could happen. But I'm very excited that Sebastian Stan, who I believe to be a very good actor, despite sometimes not having a ton to do in his Marvel movies, and he was nominated for an Oscar last year. So, he knows what he's doing.
Oh, yeah.
And I think if you give him a good something to sink his teeth into, he knows how to do it. So I am pumped for this, I gotta say.
So just to circle back on a prior conversation, did you know that Telltale Games has a Wallace and Gromit game?
I did not know that.
Yeah. Yep. As well as a Back to the Future game.
I downloaded the Back to the Future game.
Yep.
I started playing it. I didn't love it immediately, so I deleted it. And now it's unavailable, and you can't get it anywhere. And I wish I had not deleted it.
They did a Jurassic Park in a similar vein.
Cool.
My first hit with them was Wolf Among Us, which was based off Fables.
Yep.
Which was,
cool.
I mean, that was absolutely killer. And then they decided to end up going into, like, I know I played the Game of Thrones one. I know the first Batman one.
Yeah.
They did a Guardians one. They did some Minecraft ones.
Oh, they did? That's already more than I remember them doing. They went bankrupt, didn't they?
No, they're still making stuff.
Are they really?
Including Batman Shadows Edition and The Expanse and The Wolf Among Us 2 are all...
Well, damn.
Supposedly... Or no, Batman Shadows Edition and The Expanse are out. The Wolf Among Us 2 is TBA.
Wow. Okay. I'll have to look into that Shadows edition, whatever that is.
I've heard nothing
Cool.
but great things about The Expanse. And I've watched
Yo,
a
me too.
total of 5 minutes of it because I started it and then something happened and
Something
I never got back to it.
Yeah. I used to work with a guy who raved about it.
Yeah.
Said it was one of the best science fiction shows he's ever seen.
Yep.
So, haven't watched it though. Will I? Probably not. Too much else going on.
I was going to say, at some point, I'll probably try and give it a go if I have nothing else going on, and that's unlikely.
Yeah. Right. For you, very unlikely that you'll have nothing else happening.
I've never got anything going on. I'm like, come on.
No. You're the type of person that doesn't know what to do with themselves when they don't have something to do, I feel like. Am I right about that?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I have trouble watching. I was trying to explain to my wife, like, I have trouble watching TV. Like, I can't just sit down. Like, she'll sit down and binge a show.
Yeah.
I can sit down and watch an episode.
Yeah.
And then I'm done. And, like, a movie is, like, pressing my sit down and stare at a screen amount of time.
Wow. Okay.
Like the Lord of the Rings extended editions, if I wasn't dead nuts in on the source material, I would have just been like, nah, I'm done. Like, this ain't happening. 3 hours, not going to happen.
This is you're talking extended editions, you're talking more than 3 hours.
Right.
The regular movies are 3 hours,
right.
Which is crazy. I recently, while you're talking about it, we might as go into a huge tangent about it. I recently have rewatched Fellowship of the Ring and Two Towers.
Yep.
Because I mentioned this to you yesterday while we were doing a super duper top secret thing.
Yeah. Not about Lord of the Rings.
Not about Lord of the Rings. But I started watching, it was like over Christmas, but I was like wrapping presents and I just wanted to like put something on.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, Fellowship of the Ring. I haven't seen that in a while. So I put it on HBO Max. And then I was like, oh, wait, I bought the Blu-rays of this and I haven't watched them yet. So I stopped watching on HBO Max and put in the Blu-ray. It looked and sounded way better than the version on HBO Max. I still really like that movie, and I still really like Two Towers. I liked Two Towers more this time than I think I've liked it in like a long time. But like, there's something about them that they don't really hit in my heart for me.
Yeah.
The way that I want them to.
Okay.
And I feel sad about it. Because I'm like, these movies are great.
Yeah.
And there's like, they're really well made and there's such like passion put into them. They're so well done. And I loved them when they came out. I was so obsessed with them when they came out. I watched them so much that I got burnt out on them.
Yeah.
I needed to take 15 years. Like, I think I watched them a year or two ago. It was the first time I'd watched them in like 10 or 15 years. And I was like, these are great. And I'm watching them now. I'm like, I just don't think these are movies that I can put on anytime and feel the same emotional connection to.
It's not like throwing on
like Star Wars,
Empire Strikes
Batman
Back. You put on, you can run it in the background, quote it word for word, and still enjoy whatever's happening when you're not paying attention to it.
Yeah, I can walk in halfway through any Star Wars movie and like lock into it and like feel some kind of connection to it. Where like it's just doesn't hit me like with Lord of the Rings. And I'm not saying that to like shit on the franchise or anything like that.
Right.
But I guess I'm like saying it out of mourning for my own love of Lord of the Rings, because like I want it to be there and I'm looking for it and it's just not there.
Yeah.
And I'm sad about it.
I know the last time, like I rewatched, I think when I was flying back from Vegas in the spring, I rewatched Fellowship. Because in my brain I was like, can I show this to an 8-year-old or 7-year-old at the time? And I was like,
pretty intense.
I don't know about that. But
you could get through the Shire part. The Shire part is like,
oh yeah,
it's insane how light the beginning of that movie is versus what happens.
Just listen to the Howard Shore score, like dun 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 dun. Like everything's so happy-go-lucky.
A wizard is never late.
Yep.
Here I is precisely what do you mean? We just like stare at each other and like laugh. I'm just like, what movie is this?
Right.
This is the same character that's gonna get stabbed by a giant spider in movie 3. Like, it's what is happening? And like, but I think that's part of the magic of those movies is that you swing back and forth between like almost like cheesy family friendly comedy,
right,
to like moments of sheer terror and horror movie stuff at the same time. Like, that's part of the magic of those movies.
Yeah, I mean, within an hour, you're on Weathertop, and like he's getting stabbed with a Morgul blade. Like,
Yeah.
okay, cool. Like this
Yeah,
escalated real quick.
You think he's dead twice in the first movie.
Yeah.
I think. Because then when the Morgul blade thing, and then when the troll stabs him
Yep.
in the mines.
Mithril.
And they don't realize he's wearing the mithril. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway, that's my thoughts on Lord of the Rings recently. And I guess maybe I just have to wait a few more years to watch them, which is fine.
Maybe, absence makes the heart grow fonder. But
I think
like
it
had been a couple of years since I'd watched Fellowship, and when I watched it in the spring, I was like, it's still really solid.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it doesn't help that some of the green screen stuff doesn't really hold up, or like some of the effects aren't as like they were groundbreaking at the time, but like you kind of see the seams on some of the stuff now. Some of it still looks incredible, but some of like the Frodo being 4 feet tall or whatever is like, I can tell that he's green screened it.
Well, the other thing too is, again, we've talked about this multiple times. Like when I'll watch if I'm in the field for work or something, I'll watch a trailer on my phone or on a tablet.
Sure. Yeah.
And it was the same thing watching Lord of the Rings coming back. I'm sitting on the phone or sitting on the plane watching it on my either computer screen or tablet. I couldn't remember which.
Yeah.
But like that's a very different experience than putting it on a 55-inch, 65-inch TV.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I guess by modern standards, from what I saw in Best Buy the other day, those are small. I'm like, what? They're like 85-inch TV. I'm like, where do I even put that?
Insane. Anyway.
Yeah.
That's all. That's all for Lord of the Rings corner.
And some inside baseball for you folks. Lord of the Rings was nowhere on our rundown.
No, not at all. I'm not even sure how we started talking about it.
Nope.
I don't even remember.
I'm sure it was good though.
And I don't care to remember. But we are going to talk about the thing that we have kind of already talked about, but now it's officially released. So we're going to talk about the third, right? It's the third Avengers Doomsday trailer. It's
third of
officially
5.
released of 5.
Yep.
Because there's 4 teasers and then like normal trailer, right? That's what you're saying?
from what I have heard, there's the 3 we've seen. There's a Fantastic Four one, and then there will be a Doom one.
Oh, okay. I don't think I knew about the Fantastic Four one.
The Fantastic Four one, I believe, is in theaters right now.
Okay.
And that'll be probably coming out on YouTube next week, or maybe like tomorrow.
Okay.
So.
Well, I shockingly haven't seen any bootleg copies of that, despite this X-Men one being all over my feed.
That was you could not miss that X-Men one.
I could miss it,
and for
and I didn't miss
reason.
It this time for good reason. Yeah, this is a pretty great teaser if you are into the X-Men. And I don't know if the one that I watched was a leaked one or it had some AI enhancements to it or like fan edits to it, but this one is way shorter than the one that I saw.
Yeah.
The one that I saw had clips of Kelsey Grammer as Beast, Alan Cumming as Nightcrawler. It showed some Sentinels in it as well. Now at this point, I don't know if that's again fan edit stuff. Or,
yeah, that one was definitely fan edit stuff. Or
okay. But it had everything else that we saw in this trailer. So I don't know if that was the one that leaked, and so they edited it down to officially release it.
Oh,
but
maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who knows?
All I know is this one was clear, concise, and tight.
Yes, I agree. Definitely the most exciting of the 3 trailers that we've gotten so far. Just because it is the X-Men, haven't seen them in a while, and the shots of Cyclops that we get at the very end. Excellent.
All the feels.
Really great. And this is coming from me, somebody who has said very recently on this podcast that I'm sick of the Fox X-Men universe, and I would love them to go away and be recast, and I would love to never see them in a movie again, which is kind of harsh, but I'm sick of it. A lot of those, I feel like more of those movies are bad than they are good, and the nostalgia for them is not something that I carry with me. So I'm just ready for new X-Men. I wish they weren't going to be in Avengers Doomsday, but if you're going to put him in Avengers Doomsday, then give me Cyclops ripping his visor off and just shooting unbridled optic blasts into the atmosphere. Like I'm there for that all day.
Well, and I feel like too, like you can be sick of the Fox X-Men, but like during that whole time, especially the first, like prior to First Class, the like James Marsden almost was shelved. Like he was
Oh,
always
totally.
there. He was always kind of
Totally.
there in the background in a suit, but
Yep.
like Cyclops is the leader of the goddamn X-Men, and he was just
Yeah,
sitting
man.
there playing second fiddle to everybody, and it was
Yep.
mildly infuriating.
I have my hot take. I might have said this before in the last 4-ish years of this podcast. I would be surprised if I haven't said this before at some
Yep.
point. But my hot take on the X-Men movies in general is that they never really made a great quote unquote X-Men movie.
No,
They
they
made
did not.
they made some pretty good movies about mutants that are a team, but like the definitive X-Men movie has definitely yet to be made.
Yeah.
The first one was a pretty good shot at getting it off the ground. I think it's smart to center it on like Wolverine as an outside character and bring him into the team, but then every movie just became about Wolverine
Right.
and not about the X-Men
Right.
as a team. The X-Men were ancillary characters in a bunch of Wolverine movies.
Right. Was X-Men or was X2 an absolute great movie? Yes.
That's the best one. Yeah.
Was it an X-Men movie? They were there.
Yeah. I mean, the shitty thing is that like the closest X-Men movies we get are probably movies like Apocalypse, which are not great. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean,
Or, because that has like a team of X-Men going to fight a villain that we know. It's not centered on Wolverine. It's about like this team learning to work together, kind of, I guess.
And now that you say that, Days of Future Past is just a Wolverine movie.
Is a Wolverine movie, exactly. And like, like the closest they get to trying to make an X-Men movie are bad movies. Like it's probably Apocalypse, and honestly, it might be Dark Phoenix that is the most like we're trying to make this an X-Men movie.
Yeah. I mean, First Class was
like,
but that was
First Class. Yeah, that's true. But also, First Class, you don't have Cyclops. You don't have the characters that you want to be in an X-Men movie. You have some good characters, but not the ones you want. Wolverine's not in it. There's no Jean. There's no whoever.
Right.
Well,
not the ones you want.
Yeah. Exactly. Not the ones you
It's
want.
not the ones that the masses were accustomed to at that point, too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that was the thing is like Hugh Jackman, if he hadn't have stolen the show in the first one, what would this franchise have looked like? Like, what direction would they have gone? What would have happened? Like, they're coming off of the 90s where Wolverine was the star of the animated series and got pushed in the comics and like had his ongoing since 88. Like, they had Jackman not stole the show, like it could have been a very, very different franchise.
Yeah, it would have been.
Yeah,
it would have been. And there's that whole thing where like Bryan Singer, total asshole of a human being, was supposed to do the third one, and he left to do Superman Returns, and James Marsden also signed on to be in Superman Returns, which made Fox mad at him, and that's why he dies so early in X-Men 3. Like, if Singer had done X-Men 3, then maybe that would have been a different movie. Who knows? I don't think he would have killed off Cyclops, but I know he's a complete psychopath, terrible human being, so maybe he would have.
Right.
Who knows?
Also, how do you kill off Cyclops? I mean, it's happened
Well,
before, but
the guy that also did direct X-Men 3, Brett Ratner, is also a human piece of shit. So, it's not like they didn't trade up necessarily. It was kind of a lateral move, assholeness wise, from directors.
So we've got X-Punisher in the chat saying, don't care about Avengers Doomsday. Just give us the new MCU X-Men. Give us Kitty. Give us Phantom X. Give us Rachel, Monet, Mystique, Destiny. Like, yeah.
Yeah, man.
I think we're with you.
Yeah. I'm with you. I want new. Yeah, I want new MCU X-Men. That's what I want. And I'm worried, and I think I brought this up when they announced that Jackman was coming back for Deadpool Wolverine. Is that like I really liked that it had been a long time since we had seen the X-Men. Or
Right.
sorry, I guess it hadn't been a long time because of Dark Phoenix or whatever, but I liked that there was no way that we were going to see any X-Men character until they were introduced in the MCU. And it was going to be years before we could do that. And we were going to get a really long drought of no X-Men at all. To really, like you said earlier, absence makes the heart grow fonder. Like we were going to be like real ready for the casting of the new X-Men. And now like bringing back, putting Xavier in Multiverse of Madness is one thing if it's just a cameo, but now it's not, because now he's coming back in this movie. And
Right.
also Jackman was in Deadpool and Wolverine, and now we're seeing like the X-Men again. It's like, now I'm going to be I'm still going to be excited, but I'm going to be a little bit less excited for new castings.
Yeah.
Because we just saw them again.
And we already
And so
gave
now
Logan
it's going to be like a little less special. It's not going to be like, remember
Yeah.
8 years ago when the last X-Men movie came out, we haven't seen these characters we love since. This is the new version. It's like, oh, we just saw them all die in the first 20 minutes of Avengers Doomsday, so I guess I'm excited about a new Cyclops, but
and we gave Logan the fucking best send-off we could have with Logan.
The best. Yeah. Well, that seems to be a thing that Marvel is doing with movies recently, right? Where they take characters that had great send-offs and figure out a way to bring them back into the fold, because nothing can stay dead, apparently.
And it's funny because, like, I will complain about this 8,000 times in movies. In comics, it is what it is. Like, we've been dealing with the same characters for 60 years, and they put out shit every month.
Yep,
it's a very different concept than... this would be like... What they have been doing would effectively be like if somebody took, a run of... Like right now, the new Turtles run has 13 issues. Yeah. And in that 13 issues, if Mikey had died and come back twice, and Raph died and like went to a different dimension and came back within 13 issues, like what are we doing?
Right. Yep.
And that person would not be named Jean Grey.
Yeah, for sure. Anyway, I mean, for what it's worth, I did dig this trailer. Like, it's a good teaser for this. It's the best teaser that I've seen so far for this movie, and it's just because it, showed Cyclops getting pissed off.
Yeah, I mean, if nothing else, the X-Mansion in complete disarray, and then there's something
we've
already talked about. But we've already talked about him. We've already talked about him in this podcast. But goddamn, Ian McKellen, like that smile, like that half-hearted, like smirk smile that he gave to Charles, like that is just. I can't be mad at that. I can't not want to see that. Like those two, yes, they're getting up in age, but they were a perfect casting for those roles.
Tying this into our tangent,
yeah.
Did you hear that he is reportedly going to be reprising his role as Gandalf in The Hunt for Gollum? It has not been officially announced yet.
I love and hate that.
Yeah, man. That's a weird choice for a movie, I think.
Uh-huh.
It seems like a weird choice for a movie. But we don't know. Maybe the script is great. Maybe it's not as weird as we think it is.
Could be.
Seems weird. Anyway, this is like a report. This is not confirmed, and it's also been challenged since it blew up on the internet this week. Scooper Jeff Snyder says that he has heard from his contacts that at Marvel that the Blade film has finally been canceled. The plug has finally been pulled on the long troubled production of the movie Blade, starring Mahershala Ali as the Daywalker himself. Snyder said that he hears the film was canceled and that the character will instead make their debut in a Midnight Suns film, which has also long been rumored to be in development. But then also there was like other scoopers that came out and said, my sources at Marvel say that Blade is still happening. So who knows? I certainly don't, and I almost don't care at this point. Like, this is one of those things that's just like, like kind of we talked about when people were like so mad about the Batman Part 2 script not being completed, and they keep moving the date. It's like, nobody would be caring about this. You wouldn't be getting this negative feedback from fans if you hadn't announced it so far in advance.
Yeah.
Right? If you hadn't announced a Blade movie before you were clearly anywhere close to being able to make a Blade movie, then you wouldn't be having reports about Marvel's in disarray and they can't crack Blade and what are they doing and this director is fired and all this crazy stuff. Like, you're getting all this negative press. If you had just shut your mouth and not talked about it before it was, that being said, Marvel, obviously, Kevin Feige and the MCU have a huge, incredibly successful track record of announcing a movie and making that movie. I think this is only maybe, if Blade is actually canceled, I think it's only the second time that they've announced something that they haven't made.
Yeah, not counting stuff they've teased in post credits.
Oh yeah, no, like I'm
Because they're
talking
really
Comic-Con
bad at that.
Yeah, they're real bad at that. Phase 4 and 5, real bad at paying off post credit teases. But Steve, can you name the other project that I can think of off the top of my head that they announced and then didn't make?
Armor Wars?
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Oh.
I was thinking movies. But this doesn't really count because they did turn it into a series that was so bad it got canceled after 2 episodes. And I'm talking about The Inhumans. It was a movie that they announced, then got turned into a TV show, then got canceled because it was so bad.
Yeah, that was, yeah.
But yeah, Armor Wars. That's a good call. There's probably been another show that didn't go.
Yeah.
Or I'm just thinking about how the fact that they announced something like Ironheart, and then it took them 5 years to actually put it out. Or Vision Quest. We've been hearing about Vision Quest forever too, and that's finally coming out this year. But things are taking a long time.
Yeah.
Anyway,
list of undeveloped Marvel movies. Thank you, Wikipedia. Kang Dynasty.
Sure.
I don't believe anything else was named. Inhumans. That was the only. Yeah, those were the only.
Yeah.
So actual mentioned ones. There were some deadline. There were some reports on things, but there was nothing that was
As far as Kevin Feige got up in front of a crowd and said, "We're doing this," and everyone went crazy. It's pretty miraculous the track record they've had. That they haven't had more movies canceled or shifted or whatever. It's pretty miraculous that they enabled to do what they've done, which is why it was so popular in the first place, right?
Yep.
And again, we'll see if they can regain some of that former glory.
I mean,
this summer with Spider-Man and Avengers Doomsday. We'll see what happens.
All that said, though, if it ends up being a Midnight Suns film, that's a solid entry point.
Sure.
Mahershala Ali ain't getting any younger, but
no.
What do you currently have? What, Jack Russell? You have Elsa Bloodstone.
Moon Knight.
You have Moon Knight. You have Man-Thing. Blade, obviously. Wolverine's been part of the Midnight Suns.
Yep.
Doctor Strange.
Use that to introduce. It could be Doctor Strange. Could be Wanda. Bring her back.
Wong,
sure. Any mystical people. But also, this could be a way to introduce a character like Ghost Rider.
Right. Danny Ketch or Johnny Blaze?
Sorry, say that again. What?
I said Danny Ketch or Johnny Blaze? Who do you bring in? Or Robbie Reyes, even though I don't know if he's ever actually been with the Midnight Suns, but he is a Ghost Rider.
Yeah, well, they did Robbie Reyes and S.H.I.E.L.D., Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.,
Gabriel Luna should have, if they could get him back to do that, that was just such a good portrayal of that character.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did. They do that kind of thing. But if they didn't do that, I'd be surprised if it wasn't Johnny Blaze.
The OG. Hopefully not Nicolas Cage, though.
Well, I don't know.
I guess if we're bringing back the Fox X-Men, what the hell?
Exactly. Who knows who's going to cameo in Secret Wars or whatever the fuck?
Oh, you know what? Morbius has been part of it. I was waiting to see what your reaction to that would be.
I think you might have just nailed it, but I was about to say, no. I'm limiting this to pre-MCU Marvel movies. Pre-MCU.
Okay.
Who is the least likely least likely actor to reprise a role of a Marvel character that they played in a pre-MCU movie. Who is the least likely to come back? No, I'm not saying like least likely to be asked to come back. I'm saying least likely to be like, there's no amount of money you can give me to come back to this. I have my answer.
Oh yeah. What do you got?
Yeah. Ben Affleck as Daredevil. I don't think he'd ever put on a superhero suit ever again for the rest of his life.
My thought went to Jessica Alba with Sue Storm.
You might be right about that too, man.
She's been pretty much non-existent since time. And
she's also spoken about how she hated how that movie like, you know, sexualized her and stuff like that.
Oh
yeah. So yeah, that's a real good call.
Yeah.
That's a really good call. Yeah. I think if given the opportunity, I know you're not a Nicolas Cage guy, but if given the opportunity, I think Cage would do
100%.
Ghost Rider again in a second. Yeah.
I mean, this is the guy who, like, we're going to talk about later, owned now in past tense, the most expensive comic of all time.
Yes. Yeah. And named his son Kal-El.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can only get away with that in Hollywood and not have people think you're completely crazy, for the record.
Yeah, for sure. I'm sure they call him Cal or whatever, which is more of a normal name. But anyway.
That's actually, it's funny. One of our friends has a son who's Cal, but it's C-A-L.
Yeah. Oh, sure.
Or no, it is K-A-L.
Oh.
But I never, so his
is it short for anything, or is it just straight up Cal?
It's short for Kaladin.
Oh.
Which is a name from a book series that I absolutely love, the Stormlight Archive by Brandon Sanderson.
Okay, so it's still nerdy. It's just not.
It's amazingly nerdy. And nobody would ever pick up on, like, unless you've read that series. Like, Kaladin is not a name.
Yeah, no, it's not.
So it was like, I heard Cal, and I'm like, there's two ways this could go. Knowing them, I'm going to ask about the Stormlight Archive first, but it never dawned on me that that Kal-El could just be Cal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Huh. There we go.
Part of me wants to rewatch the Ghost Rider movie with Nicolas Cage.
All right.
Because I didn't hate it at the time, but I just don't know. I remember really liking there's like the first transformation scene, and he's just like screaming.
Yeah.
Uncontrolled, like full Nicolas Cage screaming as his face starts lighting on fire and turning into a skull. And I remember thinking that was like so batshit crazy, but like in a way that I thought was great.
Mm-hmm.
Where he's kind of being like tortured and laughing at the same time while his skull is setting on fire. I never saw Spirit of Vengeance though. Did you ever see the second one?
Do not. Don't.
You're telling me not to?
Do not.
Because you have?
Yes. Do not.
Okay.
It's a movie.
Really bad?
It was filmed. There are people that acted or said they acted in it.
Kind of making me want to watch it though.
It's
to be honest.
In all honesty, give it a watch. It's something. Actually, let me pull up some scores on that.
Okay.
Just for posterity, what do you think the Rotten Tomatoes score is on this?
For the sequel, for Spirit of
Vengeance.
I mean, it's hard for me to guess because I haven't seen it. I've just heard that it's really, 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 really bad.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking critic score or audience
I believe
score?
this is the tomato meter. Let me pull up the full page. Yep.
I guess the critic score is
score.
Critic score is going to be real low. Critic score is going to be lower than the audience score.
Okay, that is accurate.
Going to be some diehard Ghost Rider people out there. Critic score, I'm going to go real low, 10%.
Slightly higher, 18%.
Okay, all right, yeah.
Now, what do you think the popcorn meter is? The people's score?
22.
31.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's
not great, Bob.
I did not think it would be that high. 31.
It's It's
it's still real bad.
It's still real bad. Yeah.
Cool.
No, that I
It
don't
is
even know what
crazy
the
that Ghost
original
Rider
was.
hasn't been attempted again though, because
So the original Nicolas Cage Ghost Rider was a 28-48 split.
Ooh.
So at least it got
Not
close to
that much
50% with the people.
Yeah, with the people.
Morbius, for the record, was a 15% from critics. I'd assume the 71% from the populace is quite skewed by Morbin time.
Yeah, by people trying to get Sony to release it in theaters the third time or whatever.
Right. Instead of that, go watch Predator Badlands at 86 and 95%, or Sinners at 97 and 96.
I've been itching to watch Sinners again. So good.
I've been
People
itching to watch it for the first time.
Oh yeah, dude, you got to see it.
Yeah.
Like, because like award season is creeping up, so like it's getting stuff, and
That
people are talking about the
was
great
it
movies
Weapons
again,
that came out too that I need to watch?
Weapons,
Yeah.
Weapons is very good. Yeah. I don't think Weapons is going to be like, I don't know. Sinners is like awards candidate for sure. I don't know that Weapons is, but Sinners is for sure. All right. Speaking of Ryan Coogler and his masterpiece Sinners, his next film going to be a movie that we have been just referring to as Black Panther 3. However, according to a new listing posted by the Film and Television Industry Alliance, Marvel Studios has reportedly decided the title of Black Panther 3 will be called Black Panther: Shadows of Wakanda. So, I didn't look into this at all. I guess I'm assuming that this is a film, or is this like a sequel to the Eyes of Wakanda TV series?
It's a rumored title revealed for Black Panther 3, so that is confirmed as it being for the movie.
Yeah. All right, good. I dig this title, I guess.
May start filming in June, possibly.
All right. I mean, we know that Coogler's been working on this thing for a long time. We got those rumors of Denzel Washington saying that he was going to be written into it.
What is it? Him and Will Smith was the other name you saw floating around?
Oh, I don't remember hearing Will Smith.
That's a name I hopefully don't like. I just can't. I don't mind Will Smith outside of recent craziness, whatever.
Sure.
But like, I've never loved or hated him as an actor. I did love him in Independence Day because how the hell could you not? And friend of the pod, Matt Beseda, hated him in I Robot because, well,
no, I Am Legend.
Or I Am Legend, because apparently that is a horror movie.
Scariest movie ever made, according to friend of the pod, Matt Beseda.
But I just can't picture. I can't picture the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air in a Marvel, in an MCU movie. I can't picture Denzel really either, but that's just like.
Yeah. I feel like Will Smith is a guy that it's hard to see him as anyone other than Will Smith.
Very much so.
And I will say the exception to that in a way that surprised me, because I was expecting this not to work, and this movie's real bad, but I liked him as Deadshot in Suicide Squad.
Yeah, he wasn't bad for that. I mean, there was a lot of bad in that movie.
Thing where it felt like he was really trying to be this character, and he wasn't trying to make it a Will Smith movie.
Yeah,
really, he was kind of like part of an ensemble in a way. He was clearly a lead. It was between him and Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn, I think, that were kind of like the focus of that movie. But so I think he has it in him to be in an ensemble. But I don't know. I don't remember hearing his name attached to it. It does seem like something that he'd want to be a part of if offered. But
yeah, at the same time, though, it doesn't seem like I guess it depends on the role, but like you said, like I see Will Smith as Will Smith.
Yeah. But also, like, he might be at a place where he's trying to score some points with audiences. You know what I mean?
True.
That, people haven't really forgotten that slap controversy. So he may be like, you know what? I'm going to eat some humble pie and be the fifth lead in a Marvel movie, or whatever.
Right.
I'm going to extended cameo. There's also been,
for the record, I did not realize that they've made in the 2020s they have made two more Bad Boys movies. I knew there was at least one. I did not realize there was two.
Yeah, a second one came out last summer, I want to say.
Yeah, 2024.
I think that was step one of Will Smith trying to
make
resurrect
amends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take some steps. Yeah, he's like, what? I'm part of a franchise. Let's make another one of those movies that people will see me in and forget that I slapped a guy in the face on live TV.
So next year we're going to see Men in Black 4 is what you're saying?
Yeah. Or we're going to see him announced as, the fifth lead in Black Panther 3.
Right.
There's for a while, this is just a rumor, but there has been rumors and talk for a while of Marvel finally recasting the role of T'Challa, which was a lot of people's opinions before they moved forward without doing that. And they gave the mantle to Shuri, which is something that happens in the comic book, so it makes perfect sense. But a lot of people were like, you should just recast T'Challa. I know we're all sad that Boseman has passed away. But it's possible that he is getting recast, and I'm sure that they would utilize the crazy multiverse shenanigans that they have set up in order to have a new T'Challa be the Black Panther. The name Damson Idris being considered or being thrown around a lot. He's been asked about it. He has not commented on things. I have not seen this movie, but from what I hear, he's got a real breakout role in the Brad Pitt movie F1, the racing movie that came out last year.
I really want to see that. Like, I've heard nothing but good things, and yeah, it seems like it's when I initially saw the trailer, I was like, I don't really give two shits about that. And then as I've heard it's good, I'm like, you know what? If they made it good, like, it's a modern Days of Thunder.
Yeah, I've heard it's a real good dad movie.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Okay, 100%. I can see that. Yeah,
yeah.
I qualify. Yay!
Exactly. Yeah. So he was at the Golden Globes were last night, and he was asked about it, and he was like, "Oh, I love the fans are saying that, and it's a great franchise, and I love it, and I can't wait to see the third one and whatever." But he's not saying anything about. He's not even hinting at the fact that he could be in it, but who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, he won a bunch of stuff for Snowfall as well.
I'm sorry. What did you say?
He won a bunch of awards for Snowfall.
Oh, okay. Awards for Snowfall. Well, good for
TV series. I know it's not quite your wheelhouse, but
yeah, clearly an actor on the rise, though. And if he gets cast as a new T'Challa, I'll be excited to see him for sure. Something else that I'm going to be very excited to see is a movie that we sadly left out of our. It didn't come up when I was putting together our look forward into 2026 of what's coming up, things that we're most excited about. It didn't pop up on the list that I was looking at, and I think it's because it was not officially dated, but now it is. Now we have an official release date and a new poster for Godzilla -0,
which
the sequel to the acclaimed Godzilla -1, and it's coming out November 6th, 2026, and I am pumped for it.
I would say with that information, that has now screamed up my list of most anticipated movies of 26.
Yep.
Because I was really late to the -1 train. Like, I had been told for
pretty recently, right?
Yeah, a couple months ago maybe. Yeah, and I had been told by many people, like, you need to watch this. Okay, I'll get to it. I got to it. I'm like, holy shit, this is a good movie.
I should have watched this. Yeah.
Why didn't I listen to people?
I actually had it on, I don't know, maybe a month ago or so. My wife and my son were out somewhere, and I was home, and I just threw it on while I was around the house doing something. And then they came home, and my son was like, "What's this?" I was like, "Oh, it's Godzilla -1." That's only rated PG-13. That's not an R-rated movie. PG-13 movie, yeah. And he was like, "Can I watch it?" And I was like, because he's seen like the goofy Godzilla versus Kong movie. I have no problem showing him those because those are just like goofball. And I was like, it's a little more intense, but yeah, you can watch it. But it's not like the other ones where they make you root for Godzilla. Yeah. But I don't think we ended up finishing it, but he was really into it. He thought it was great, and he wanted to see more of it. So, Now I don't know, because there's some intensity in Godzilla -1. I can't. I don't know that I can just guarantee it. I'm going to bring him to see Godzilla
Yeah.
-0 if it's rated PG-13.
Yeah,
Because
you might
like
want to screen that
that's
one
going
a
to be
little.
like I'm going to watch this one first, buddy.
Yep.
But yeah, now I'm pumped. I'm pumped that I forgot they were even making this movie.
Well,
But the first one did so well that
right.
it's not shocking that they wanted the same guy to do the sequel. Yeah.
And that there was a crazy gap in the original release between Japan and the hype building around it, and then it finally coming to the U.S. Whereas -0, it's being released in Japan on the 3rd.
Right.
So like much more standard cadence of, you know, debut and then worldwide release.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I think they have to do that based on the success of it. They know if they wait too long, it's just going to be pirated by everyone else in the world that wants to see it, because the first one was such a big hit. So
yeah, so it's getting the full theatrical compared to, you know, the original that was. I don't think they knew what they had. Well, they might have known what they had, but I don't think any studios knew what they had.
I certainly don't think that they knew that it was going to become a like phenomena.
Right.
And I think partly because they knew that America is making, you know, the legendary verse or whatever, you know, the monster verse.
Yeah.
They're making their own Godzilla movies, and Godzilla's not like this over there. Over there, Godzilla is like a monster, but you kind of root for him because he keeps all the other monsters in check, and you know, figure out a way to make him the hero instead of the monster. And this is a movie where Godzilla is a monster, something to be feared. And it's all subtitled, you know, like they think they had any idea that it was going to be as big of a hit as it was.
I hope to hell for -0 that they don't change it and that it is still a Japanese movie with subtitles.
Oh, I'm sure it will be.
I know, but the studios, man. Like, there's going to be some weird pressure. There's going to be something stupid where they're going to be like, "Oh, we should like overdub it or do something." Or
I don't know, because it's a Japanese movie, though.
I know.
You know what I mean? So like, it's a Japanese studio. It's a Japanese director. Like, I don't think they're under like a pressure from America to make it more Americanized. Except my guess is that this time they will probably offer a dubbed version in theaters as well as a
on top of the subtitled. Yeah,
that's like the minimal thing that I can think of, that if they were gonna try to make it more friendly to American audiences, my guess is that that's where they would start, at least. Like, I don't think, you know, they're gonna hire Paul Rudd to have a cameo in it or something like that to, like, you know,
I mean, that'd be
attract our attention or anything like that. But
that would be mildly hilarious, though.
It would be
just running through the street and randomly Paul Rudd is just there, like, "Oh no."
Yeah, they're in like a shelter after Godzilla destroys their town. Are you Paul Rudd? Yeah, I'm a human, just like everybody else. Just because I'm a celebrity doesn't mean Godzilla can't burn my house down. Anyway.
Oh, of note, now that we're in Godzilla mode, Monarch Season 2 drops February 27th.
That's right. That's coming up.
Yeah.
It's coming up.
That show was way better than it should have been.
Yeah, I liked that show a lot. I think we talked about it recently, and it was like a classic TV show thing for me, where it's hard for me to watch a TV show on my own.
Yeah.
Because I just get bored. It's not the whole story. There's a whole episode about a backstory of a character that I don't care about. I just want, like, move this story forward. Yeah.
Well, if it helps you, Amber Midthunder is in season 2.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
I said, if it helps you, Amber Midthunder is in season 2 from Prey.
Oh, that is very cool.
Yeah.
That's very cool. I'm glad I asked you to repeat yourself.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about that now. That's good to know. Well, but I was going to say, in general, like, even though it you know, it didn't pull me out of my classic TV show watching struggles, I am excited to watch season 2 of that show. Like, I'll take anything more with King Kong and Godzilla
and
anytime.
Father and son playing the same character, because that's still cool as hell.
Yeah, I'll watch Kurt Russell in most things. So, hell yeah. Well, this is we kind of already talked about this because you were using it as an example.
Oh yeah.
Conversation, but officially, Action Comics #1 has reclaimed its title as the most valuable comic of all time after we talked about recently, just a few months ago, maybe over the summer, Superman #1 that was found in
It was
an
like a
attic.
9.8 or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like a 9-something copy of Superman #1 was sold for $9 million, which made it the most valuable comic of all time, blowing past the previous record that Action Comics #1 had set for, I think it was only 6 or something like that.
Yeah.
6, then 9, and now Nicolas Cage himself has sold his copy of Action Comics #1 for $15 million.
Absolutely
Which is
insane.
quite a jump. Quite a jump. And, from 6 to 9 is quite a jump. And
Yeah.
then from 9 to 15, crazy. And I'm sure that number is inflated somewhat by the fact that not only is it a pristine copy of Action Comics #1, it was also owned by a celebrity. So
Right.
you got to be like, that's definitely part of the added value or whatever at this point.
Yeah.
So
So that Action Comics #1 that went for 15 million was a 9.0
yeah,
from 1938. How in the what? How do you do
it's
that?
crazy, man.
I'm excited when I sent
I don't
something
know.
in and I got a 9.6 and it was printed 3 years ago.
Right. Yeah. And yeah, it was wild. The invention of bags and boards were a thing.
Yeah.
Wasn't pre-bag and board era. It's wild that it can be 9. Steve, I actually was at Funky Town recently, and I got a comic to review. But guess what? I forgot to read it.
Well, that
so
happens.
I don't have a comic to review.
I went to Funky Town, did not get a comic to review. This is all, pre-Waterman break. Did not get a comic to review. But I did read a couple books. So
I also did read one book.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the same book that you read. Did you read the new Batman?
I have not. That is literally, I'm looking at it right now on my stack of, I have 2, 3, and 4 to read. So.
Okay. Oh, okay. 4 is the most recent one?
I think so.
I don't remember what number we're on. I thought it was 5. Maybe it's 4. With Ojo on the cover.
That's 4.
Oh no, that's 4.
Yep.
Okay, then it's 5. 5 just came out this week, I think.
Oh, okay. So I didn't grab anything this week.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
I guess last week.
Well, let me tell you, Steve. Issue 5, fucking slaps.
I mean, all of these have.
Yeah.
From everything I can gather, this is like Matt Fraction is on, like, heading towards Hawkeye levels of quality with this.
Yeah. And the crazy thing about me thinking that it fucking slaps so hard is that it's not a Batman book. It's a Bruce Wayne book. He's not even Batman in it.
Oh, wow.
Time.
For issue 5?
Yeah, it's fucking great.
All right.
Yep.
All right.
Very, very cool. But that might be the only comic that I really read this week. What did you read? Anything of note?
So I caught up. I've been pulling because it was Jason Aaron on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So I had to pull it. I missed issue 7. I finally was able to secure a copy of issue 7. So I read all the way through from 7 to 13 now. It's still really goddamn good.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I was hoping that's what you're going to.
Yep. Yeah, no, it still holds up. And also issue 4 of Skinbreaker that I mentioned in our best of 25.
Yeah, you talked about Skinbreaker, how you love it.
Yeah. So issue 4 came out just after the new year and absolutely killer. Like, they still are holding this storyline and it has the same feel. The art is still great.
Oh my God, sorry.
So yeah, I mean, I'm still all in on it. They utilize orcs in it's more as a generic like tribal group type thing. It just happens to be orcs.
Right.
So think like standard, sword and sandals, old tribal faction type infighting and stuff like that.
Nice.
But they just use the orcs as the mechanism for the story being told about, succession through the clan and the whole nine. So works out really well. And Kirkman does Kirkman writing, and Finch is just on fire with the art.
That's awesome. I feel like I never had noticed or heard of that book until you mentioned it recently, and now I notice it every time I walk into. It's all over the place.
Yep.
Yeah. Cool. Glad to know books like that are out there. What other books that are out there this week, this Wednesday, that you'll be able to pick up at the Cicero location of Funky Town Comics and Vinyl? And if not there, then maybe your local comic book store. We're talking Action Comics number 1094, Amazing Spider-Man Torn number 4, Aquaman number 13, Avengers 34, Batman and Robin number 29, Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, Rite of Spring number 5, Black Cat number 6, Catacomb of Torment number 7, Cruel Universe number 6, DC KO number 3, Die Loaded number 3, Doctor Strange number 2, Dungeons of Doom number 1, G.I. Joe 17, Green Lantern Corps, number 12. Logan, Black, White, and Blood, number 1. Space Ghost, number 7. Star Trek Strange New Worlds, Seeds of Salvation, number 5. Star Wars Legacy of Vader, number 12. Supergirl, number 9. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, number 14. Toxic Avenger Comics, number 6. Transformers 28. The Ultimates, number 20. Uncanny X-Men, 22. Vampirella Armageddon, number 7. And Wonder Woman, Black and Gold 2026 Special, number 1.
I did lie for the record. I did also catch up on Transformers, so I am back up to snuff on that.
That's still going good?
Also really, really goddamn good. And I don't know how. After 25, Kirkman took over it, and Dan Mora is on art. So,
yes, that's right. Whenever you tell me that was the team, which is pretty.
I can just look at Dan Mora art all day. And Dan Mora drawing giant robots is even better, because why not?
Pretty great. Yeah, Mora's a master.
Yeah,
he's an absolute master. You know what else I'm reading that I got for Christmas? Is I've wanted this for a while and I never got it. It's volume 1. I don't know how many volumes there are. I guess I thought there was only one. Maybe there's a second one that I didn't know of. This volume 1 of Sex Criminals by Matt Rex and Chip Zdarsky.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of that? Yeah.
Yep.
It's very good. It's really great.
I've heard nothing but awesome things about that book.
Yeah, it's really great. It's starting to get more sci-fi than I expected it to get.
Mm-hmm.
But not in a bad way, just like kind of a surprising way. It's really, really great. I recommend it. And if you're wondering what a book called Sex Criminals is about, it's way cooler than you're probably thinking. It's a couple that realizes when they have an orgasm, they can stop time. And then once they stop the time, they start using that time to rob banks. For a good cause.
Right. So very accurate title, but not in the way you were thinking.
Not in the way you were thinking.
Yeah.
And it's very funny. It seems like it can be very relatable in certain ways, very personal, very X-rated.
Oh yeah,
of course, but not not smutty at all in any way.
Just make sure that one's not on the shelf that your kid can grab.
Yeah, exactly.
Anything on this list that you're looking forward to?
There's nothing on my pull. I am I'm kind of interested in the the Black and Gold Wonder Woman special.
Yeah.
Just because I like picking those up every once in a while. And if this is just a special, it's not going to be a continuation, then I don't have to I'm not throwing down for a series, and but I'll pick up a one shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, and speaking of that, you're I see you hovering over Logan Black, White, and Blood there in our document. So that's is that going to be going home with you?
It's got to. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
If there is a character that was made for the Black, White, and Blood series, he's probably pretty close to it.
They haven't done a Wolverine one yet?
I don't know, actually. Huh.
It seems
Now
crazy that they wouldn't
that.
have, but or maybe it was called Wolverine Black, White, and Blood, and now this is Logan Black, White, and Blood. I don't know.
Wolverine Black, White, and Blood. Jerry Duggan. Did
Yeah, okay. I was gonna say it seems crazy that they
2020, 2021. So.
Right. Okay. Good.
So
They're
I'm
not as
curious where
crazy
this
as
would
me.
be, but yeah.
Yeah. Just
actually,
him.
who's on this? Oh, Jesus.
Good question.
Screwing our document up. And then obviously, Turtles and Transformers are getting pulled. So
Sure. Yeah.
So, oh, okay. So the tagline, effectively, whatever, standard, over the top, whatever. Tom Waltz and Alex Lins reveal Logan's never before revealed. Reveal Logan's never before revealed. Come on, guys, come up with something better than that.
Phrase that. Yeah.
Military service during the 1950s with a secret connection to a fan favorite Marvel character. Huh.
All right.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Saladin Ahmed does a 1970s Times Square mission, and Larry Hama and Dave Wachter do Logan escaping from Weapon X. So,
ooh,
yeah,
cool.
That's a couple of solid teams there, and a couple of solid premises. So, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Oh, some of those. Oh God. Andrea Sorrentino has a Virgin cover that is just Logan with his claws out, like punching the cover, and cool. You see the tear down. It's
yeah.
I'm not paying for a 1-in-100, but goddamn, that looks good.
Yeah. You never know. You should see how many points you got at Funky Town.
It ain't going to that. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
That's going to something Bronze Age or older.
Yeah. Cool. I believe that's all the news that we have to talk about. Steve, did I miss anything? Anything else you got?
I got nothing else. In the chat, actually, something to pose to you.
Okay.
So X-Punisher that mentioned that earlier.
Yes.
Mentions that they would, since I brought up Logan, would love to see the Logan and Kitty father-daughter type, older cousin, younger, whatever, like that kind of mentorship relationship in the MCU.
Yes. I would love that relationship between Logan and anybody, because he has had that relationship a number of times now, and it's really part of his character. And I guess they did it a little bit, really, just in the first X-Men movie, Rogue. But I want Rogue to be motherfucking Rogue in the MCU. I don't want a non-flying, non-brawler,
like
super strength Rogue.
Oh, do we get her getting her powers from Captain Marvel?
That would be awesome. That would be awesome if they did that.
Yeah,
that'd be great. But yeah, whether they have that, whether they have that they have Logan have that relationship with, whether it's Kitty or Armor or Jubilee or whatever. Yes, I want that aspect of the X-Men in my X-Men movie. Yes, X-Punisher. Great point. Also, thanks for hanging out and
absolutely
commenting and asking questions. Cool to have you. But like I said, I think that's all we got. You got anything else?
No, I'm good here. If you would like to hear what else we got next week, feel free to subscribe, leave us a comment. It helps the algorithm find new people that can talk to X-Punisher in the chat, or any of the other folks that usually frequent the chat room. So if you would like to do that, you'll likely get a notification probably about 15 minutes to half an hour before the show drops, whether it be Sunday nights at about 9:45 or Monday nights usually closer to 9:30. There seems to be a little less pushing us around on Monday nights, but If you want to find that out, do that, or check us out on the socials, the Multiverse Report on just about anywhere you can find us.
That's right. Yeah, check us out on all those things that Steve said. And I'm sure that we'll see you next week with more nerdy news. And until then, as the two suns set over the burnt corpses of Owen and Brew Lars, we say thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the multiverse.